Yeah, dude.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Report. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Report. And today, it is the Barnes, Tony, Renee, Michael, Matthew shortly, Manny in the corner outside, Jay in New Orleans.
Nice.
How are we all doing today?
I'm doing very well. Excited. You know, big night in sports, dude. I watched a lot of sports. It was fun. I loved it. Feeling excited for today, dude. Big Thursday, right, Michael?
Yes, I'm super excited too. I texted Jay this morning telling him how much I miss him.
Really?
And I'm super excited because I have a date today. First date in a long time. Lunchtime, getting lunch with them and seeing a movie.
Wow, dude.
With them, like multiple people?
No, it's just Tony. I just didn't want to give it away.
We're going to see a movie today, dude.
We're going to see a movie. We're going to see Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
It just seemed like unlike you, Michael, to like throw something out there, like
to have a date.
No, I'm saying, but just to randomly mention that, like, you know, just
right. No, I know. I was just trying to be funny.
Yeah, no, it was hilarious.
You know, it's the
intro.
Oh,
dude.
What do we got for comments, Tony?
We have quite a few comments off rip, baby. Let's go. We have Prefer coming in hot, saying, "Hey guys." Chris over there says, "Good morning." Morning, Chris. Jay Bird,
Sign.
What's up, Sportsport? And he capitalized the sport and the P in port. That's great. Prefer, I hope Yanks sweet Tampa Bay Rays. We'll see about that. Jay Bird says, I miss my friend Mike.
Yeah, Prefer very back and forth. Supportive of the Yankees. Then he's fading them. Now he's back. Like, what do you think that's all about?
I don't know. I think he's just playing both sides. You know, it's just so like if like Yankees lose, be like, I told you. But if they win, be like, oh, good for you.
How funny
Congrats,
was it though? Game 1 of the A's series, he took the A's. I mean, are you serious? Have you seen that team play before? I mean, come on.
Prefer reminds me of the producer on the Rick and
RJ.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
RJ Santillo?
Yeah, just like a chief. Come on, if Prefer's fired, I gotta fire back. It's all part of it, Michael. You know.
No, I can take it. I just hope Prefer can. He did go on a hiatus. Remember, that was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I no, he's just someone that likes to play the devil's advocate and push your buttons because it does make good, television.
Yeah. But I think the one thing that I kind of take pride in about this whole thing with him is I feel like when he says certain things, he thinks that I'm actually getting like tight. Like, you know what I mean? And it's more, I know that's what he's trying to do. I'm like one step ahead of it. That's how I feel. I don't know if you agree, Michael.
You know, it's funny. So I'm listening to Dave and Rick this morning.
Dude.
And I'm cleaning my car. Tony would appreciate that.
Nice.
7 a.m. You know, why not? They open at 8, good hour scrub inside and then hit the outside of it. And I'm listening to them and he's just like, you are very similar to him because he's saying, just because you guys are living in the past, I can see into the future. I know, and it's just I was just thinking of Brian, right? You heard it?
Oh yeah, absolutely heard
He's
it.
Just like
what was he talking about?
Tony will do a better job.
But what was he referring to?
Oh, I don't remember really what specifically, dude.
Oh, so you listened, but you just have no idea what he said.
No. I don't know what Michael's referring to, dude. Honestly, I was
had a lot going on.
Dude, did you get that caller Nicolette from New Jersey? Dude, all right. So you know how all right. So this morning, you know how Dave is like always talking about how why do people plan things on football Sundays?
Yeah.
I'm never gonna go to it. Whatever.
Right.
This woman calls in talking about her wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Her husband, who's like she's marrying, is a giant Jets fan.
And the wedding's
on Sunday, November 11th or something.
Why a Sunday?
No, literally, like Rick, they're both like ripping her apart a little bit.
Yeah.
And Rick goes, "But why would you have a wedding on Sunday?" And she goes, "Well, I don't get paid millions of dollars from a team that I don't play for, so I don't have the money to spend on a wedding for Saturday." And Rick just goes absolutely off. It was so funny, dude, because she's talking about him how he gets paid by the Islanders for not playing. And Dave, dude, it was fucking hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
But it's good. It's good for those guys to take jabs every now and then. You know?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
not even-
dude.
I like them. I'm just talking just in general. Sometimes these radio hosts, they think like they could say whatever they want, but then when someone gets at
Right.
them, they get like real offensive. and
Like Michael
tight.
K.
Oh my,
Oh,
yeah.
dude,
Oh.
he's such a
Perfect
baby.
example. Perfect
Yeah.
example.
You cannot call him out, and it's sad. You know, it's so sad every time we talk about Michael K because that shows why I got into sports radio.
mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what? I hate to say it, that caller, that old caller that calls in, that they have the clip from, that's like, you need to get Rosenbaum out of there.
Or
You'll
whoever
do
that guy is.
Yeah, dude, he's right. There was a time when they didn't have him,
Right.
Yeah.
and they just went like a chief route,
Yeah.
and they
it's
went
kinda
like
beat,
gimmicky.
dude.
But
Yeah.
but with the disaster ratings, you know, we talked about how I guess
They're
they're
in last place,
or
right?
whatever. But it's like, so why do you think ESPN still wants them? Are they just banking on that it's going to
What do
get
you mean
better?
ESPN? Oh, radio.
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 Yeah. I mean,
Whoa, whoa.
I would guess like, I mean, who else do they really
Yeah,
like?
well, Rick
But you
and
would
Dave.
think anybody would
Yeah,
be
but
better than last place.
Rick and Dave, like they're kind
They
of
didn't
moving
know.
around,
They
but it's
didn't
also
know.
like what I mean, I don't know. Like, is ESPN radio like a priority of theirs? Probably not. In
But
general,
also
you know?
ESPN Radio, I could be mistaken, but I believe is separate from actual ESPN. It's like,
still the same entity though. It's own.
but it's completely run like differently. It's not like the same thing. Supposedly, that's what I heard.
oh, I don't know.
But
I don't
it's
know,
just
dude.
like if you're gonna have ratings like that, I mean, but do you think also Rick and Dave don't want to do the that slot?
Probably. I mean, I wouldn't want to
Repeat
do
the
that slot,
question?
dude.
Do you think Rick and Dave don't want to do Michael K's slot?
I have a feeling they want to, but they respect them, and they're not going to call it out
Okay,
Like
okay.
they wouldn't take their slot. Like, oh,
unless it's offered.
right. So basically, they would take their spot, but like
They're not
they're
gonna
not
be
gonna
like-
demand it or anything.
They're not
just
going to say right now on the show like, "Hey, our ratings are down for that show at that time slot.
Right.
Our ratings are up. You guys have moved it. Let's move this up to the prime time even more." That's never happening.
Yeah, no, I hear you there.
Especially Rick and Mike are like weirdly in love.
Yeah. What's that all about?
It's weird. Like Mike's like, "Oh, he's so handsome."
because Michael K's in love with him.
But
Michael
see,
K
I-
wants to be him, dude.
I just don't
Oh,
get
yeah.
though, and I'm being dead serious because I know I'm someone that has a tough time with like humor, but like comments like that they make, like who thinks that's funny though?
No,
I-
no, it is.
no, but right, Tony, or no?
What kind of comments are you
No,
talking
no,
about
like, oh,
specifically?
Rick's so handsome, like ha ha ha, like why is that funny?
I don't know.
No,
No,
you
but
know,
right,
you know,
you know
those
I mean, that's
benders
not-
they go on.
But that's not
right.
me being ridiculous. Like I don't think either of you guys think that's funny.
No, I mean, I think there's a time and place for certain things.
But if you
I mean,
say
it's
it
just like,
100 times,
yeah, it's just too much, dude. It's like too, like again, like,
yeah,
just tone it down a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
why you gotta get so crazy, man? You know?
yeah, no, I
But
think
Michael
it's-
K's show, honestly, you know how you know it's bad is when they used like the same fucking like promotional sound bites of Don for the past like
Oh yeah,
years, bro.
yeah. Ed Kranepool.
Oh, they don't even use that actually, which
no,
is
they
stupid.
don't.
They use
Ah.
I forget what they use, but it's literally like they've been playing it for years. The same promotional thing. It's like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
And I just like to say, good evening, Don. Good evening, Michael.
He's such a
Good evening,
cheat.
Don again.
And a good evening to myself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
all right, dude.
I know it's like we're not there, we're not behind the scenes,
Right.
but that's another thing with Rosenberg. Like, who watching that show is like,
Rosenbaum.
thank God
Rosenbaum.
Peter Rosenberg is on this show. Who says that?
Nobody. People rip him all the time on the phone. They call in. They're like, "What? You don't know anything."
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's so
he
embarrassing.
doesn't, dude. Remember when we were at fucking Bar K? You know, Bar A became Bar K, the beach bash, dude.
But that's another thing. They called it Bar K, right?
Yeah.
What are we doing? Like,
You know what that
not-
is?
No, I think that was kind of a good kind of gimmick. Bar A becomes Bar K, like that. I thought that was
That's
kind of
not.
cool.
But that's not like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, that's so creative. Like, I don't know.
He wants more.
Yeah, it's
I
a lazy
understand.
nickname. It is.
It is.
It's
Any-
that, whatever. I thought
a
it was there. They
5-year-old
took
kid-
it. That's totally fine.
Go ahead.
Anyway, dude, we're there, and of course, like fucking Rothenberg, what's Rosenberg.
Dude, yeah,
Rosenberg
This is bad.
He has like a WWE segment. Like a segment,
An
like he has some
whole
dude
10
calls in,
yes.
like Paul Heyman or so, whoever the fuck that
Look,
promotional
he's the
guy
business.
is.
Look, exactly.
Dude, people were getting angry in the crowd.
Yeah.
Like,
They'll be
people were
like, we don't care.
like, why are we talking
Oh,
about
wait,
this?
you're talking about John Heyman?
No. Paul Heyman is a fucking wrestling guy, WWE guy.
Oh yeah,
This is
forcing
not
the
John
wrestling.
So
talk.
literally, it was like they were like promoting SummerSlam. It was like that weekend.
Yes.
It's
And people were like, "Why are we talking about
Yes.
this right now? Like, let's like." It was like a 20-minute segment of a phone call.
Very long.
Like the dude was on the fucking phone, and Peter over there is just talking to him.
He was the only one talking.
And yeah, Michael K and Don weren't doing anything.
They were
'cause it's
looking like
fucking
you,
WWE.
like a minute ago on the
literally,
phone.
like whenever I talk, they
And
look
then-
like you.
Yeah. And then they just,
Yeah.
and then
So
all
like
of a
the
sudden,
Mets update.
We have a couple of comments to get to, by the way, dude.
Perfect time.
We got Jay Bird says, "Oh, wait, did that? Oh, any donuts in the house? He
Muffins
asks.
only, Jay.
Yeah, we
Muffins
just
only.
split a muffin,
Great
Jay.
muffins though.
Delicious cranberry lemon. Donna Bonham says, "Good morning, guys. Bring back a Yankee win tonight."
You know
Brian.
I'm all over it, Mom. And I already told everybody earlier in the week, but going to be at the game tonight. So big one for the Yankees here. First of 4 against Tampa.
Very good there.
So obviously we'll talk about more of that in a second.
I'll see you at the stadium today, brother.
Jay Bird says, "Calling your boy handsome isn't funny. It's supportive, dude."
But that's almost like, not to call it Jay, but that's not even funny, him saying that.
No, I understand where he's coming from, but Jay, you got to understand the Michael K show. It's like a gimmick for him.
Yeah.
And it's like they run it over and over and over, and they use Dave and Rick in their show. That's
they're
how
jealous.
pathetic they are
They're
now.
jealous.
They need it.
They need it.
They have no other content anymore.
Yeah.
None of them know basketball, first of all.
But
None of them.
Tony didn't offer much on this, Michael. I'm just curious. What I
The
said.
hell did I do?
No, I asked you a question, and then you just said, "Oh, well, I guess they don't care about radio." But like, why do you?
Why do they have them?
Yeah.
So I did
Well,
offer you my
why did
thoughts
it-
on it, though.
No, you did. I'm saying so. I'm curious. You didn't really give me any input. That's what I'm saying. Like, why do you think because they just gave him an extension? The
I
ratings have been bad. It's not like it's been for a month. It's been for years.
Yeah, I think it's more.
Respect? Waiting for him to
Yeah.
retire?
Yeah, this is the end.
But he said he was going to retire, and then they wanted him back. If they were like waiting for him to retire, they would have said, "All right, we'll see you when you retire in August," because that's what he said.
Well,
right?
then they're stupid.
Yeah. But boys, talk about blowing it. Wow.
I
Like
know.
that's almost How I Met Your Mother territory.
Wow, dude. They had it.
And a couple more comments from Befer.
Oh, yeah, we can get to some Buffer comments here. He's going in on some baseball here. As he says, Buffer, 3 reasons Yankees can sweep the Rays. 1, Yanks are on a winning streak and playing at home. 2, Tampa Bay are on a losing streak. And 3, Volpe and Bader are playing well.
I mean,
It's one of those moments.
is he not right?
Yeah.
And
Also,
then-
he says, "Are you guys going to see the Yogi Berra documentary in theaters this weekend?"
I mean,
New York Met legend, dude.
yeah, there you go. And yeah, I'm not a theater guy, Befer, but I mean, if it makes its way to Netflix, I probably would check it out.
I don't know, and it's in like select theaters, I believe. I could be wrong. May 12th is tomorrow. Oh, look at this Cinemark Post Road, dude, 7
Okay.
p.m.
But it'll eventually be out on a digital platform.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, just like
Do
everything.
you know that?
What isn't eventually on a digital platform, Tony?
I don't know. Some things.
All right. Anyway, that was a nice open though. A nice solid 13+ minute open there. No?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are into our 14th minute of the show. You know.
Yeah.
Fucking-
Yeah. So good time to get down to business, as you guys know I love doing. So first thing before we get to obviously we always start with baseball, but just an update from the AT&T Byron Nelson TPC Craig Ranch over there in Texas,
The
northeast of Dallas, McKinney, Texas. SY No in the lead right now, 6 under par through 9. So really dominating that course on the front 9. We'll see what luck he has on the back. 2 shots adrift. You have Henrik Norlander and Adam Scott. Norlander through his front 9 as well at 4 under, and Adam Scott is 4 under through 7.
That's you.
Starting on the back. So definitely a chance to put up a big number there. And then, working our way further down the list, we'll have to see neck brace or not. Hideki Matsuyama, 2 under through 6. He also started on the back 9 as well, as Matthew comes in with a coffee just in time for the golf talk. But a lot of time left here. And
I didn't know you were
a
here.
bunch of guys haven't teed off just yet. And these tee times actually go till 3:12. So we have a long time to get everybody out there on the course. And of course, we'll do another leaderboard update, before the end of the show. I just wanted to see if Jimmy Walker, my pick here, I don't see him. So I don't believe that he's teed off
Hasn't teed off
yet. Has not teed off yet. So like I said, We'll get to you. But let's go now, Tony, to the world of Major League Baseball.
It's deep to left. It's 700. Albert Pujols.
Yep, what a play! Stop it, Tony. Yep.
And Alonso cracks one of the Mets win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Too deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
Boy, have we heard that a couple times the last few days. Yesterday, the Yankees completing the sweep over the Oakland A's. Second game where they scored double-digit runs in a row, which is definitely refreshing to see. I mean, we saw, stretches where they're scoring 4 runs in 3 games. So to go 10 or I think it was 11-11 back-to-back games, that's pretty impressive stuff. So just to give you a synopsis of how we got there, we talked about how it was Mueller versus Brito in the pitching matchup. Mueller, the former top prospect who came over in the Matt Olson deal, has struggled again yesterday. Brito, compared to his last outing, was better, but still struggling to get through 5 innings, let alone 6. So to give you an idea how the scoring started, you had Judge and Rizzo on base due to walks. Gleyber Torres with a sac fly. That made it 1-0 Yankees. And then Harrison Bader continuing his hot stretch, a 3-run homer to right center. So 362 feet. So that scored Rizzo and LeMahieu to make it 4-0 Yankees off the bat there in the first inning. But the A's did answer back in the second off of Johnny Brito, Perez and Peterson homering. So that made it 4-2. So you're looking at the game at that point and, you feel like, okay, I mean, it's definitely not out of reach for the A's just yet, but you expect, the Yankee offense to keep attacking. And they do that with a Rizzo single, which scored Judge. Also, DJ LeMahieu, which is nice to see. We saw him start out hot, then kind of struggle. Now it seems like he's kind of rounding back into form. He had that home run yesterday, and that was a 2-run shot, so that made it 7-2.
He heard you.
And then they still continue to rally. Anthony Volpe hitting
Youngest
a grand slam
ever.
What was it? Was it actually
He's the youngest ever Yankee to hit a grand slam.
Okay, yeah. That was the stat. I was just trying to think.
Just
People
give it to the kid.
people were throwing around stats.
Yeah, and
so nice to see. I think he was going through like an 0 for 19 before that or something. He had been struggling. So to hit that home run, I thought that was huge. So that was actually his 4th home run of the season. Still working on the average there, a little over 200, but you could tell the type of player he's going to be as he gets more and more comfortable as an everyday shortstop. That made it at 11-2. You had a Bidet homer make it 11-3, and that ended up being the final score here. And if you look at pitching wise, like I mentioned, Brito doesn't make it out of the 5th inning, but gives them 4 1/3, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, and of course, those 2 solo home runs allowed. Qualifies for no decision. Not getting through 5. Season ERA sitting at 5.81. And you think eventually, of course, once Severino comes back, as well as Rodon, that he'll be sent down. But we still got a little time here, so it'll be interesting to see if he can keep his place filling in for them. As the season goes on. Jimmy Cordero came in out of relief, went an inning and 2/3 scoreless, allowed 1 hit, struck out a batter, didn't walk anybody. He's been solid as kind of like a mop-up guy, and he's really pitched in some higher leverage situations than that. But to pick him up off the scrap heap, to be an effective part of this bullpen, I mean, it's definitely been big because we've seen the Yankees, the injury to Loaizaga, who knows if he'll be back this season. Canely, at the earliest can come back at the end of this month. Just to name a couple guys. And of course, Clay struggles, seems like he's rounding the form. So you need extra guys. So that's been nice. And something refreshing to see was the return of Devi Garcia. He took the roster spot of Greg Weissert, and it was his first major league appearance since 2021. We mentioned his struggles in the minors. I want to say At least last year, his ERA was about 7, splitting time between double and triple A. Had got knocked around early on this season, started as a starter. Then they transitioned him into the bullpen. It seems like the results have been better the last couple of weeks on the farm. And in this one, it was big because, you don't have any off days coming up. You have an important series with the Rays. So Garcia actually pitched the final 3 innings of this game, qualifying for the save. So he went 3 innings, 2 hits, did allow that solo home run to Blade, and only walked 1 batter. We've seen him struggle with control. And threw 55 pitches. So it'll be interesting to see if he can, maintain a spot on this Yankee roster as a longer multi-inning reliever. I would love to see him get, a full shot at this just because, you think back a couple years ago, he was the top prospect in the organization. The Yankees were refusing to include him in a trade for Manny Machado. And then you think to the fact where he has a 7 ERA last year. He almost seems like, he's heading down the Miguel Andujar, Gary Sanchez trail of just having no value. And before when you had, as much value as almost any prospect in the minor leagues. So refreshing to see that. I hope he continues to get the shot. And at the end of the day, like we said, we don't celebrate wins against Oakland, but it's nice to get our first sweep of the season and now have this 3-game winning streak heading into a series against Tampa. And
I think Michael has something to say.
We know how important that is. Michael, you have something to say?
What I have to say is, Matthew, are you
He's
there,
back?
Matthew?
What are you saying? How you feeling? How are you?
Nice, dude.
Back
Barnes
in
got
the
hyped.
saddle.
How are you? Look at this.
What do you think
I
about
love
the
this
Yankees?
mic. I mean, it was
It's a
good.
dope mic, right?
What I was saying, I forget who I was saying this to yesterday, but it's
It was
like
me.
nice sweep. Oh yeah. Nice, nice sweep, obviously, but the A's suck ass. So we don't know if like that they're what their
Barnes
deal
is
is
happy
yet.
with it, though.
Yeah,
you
I
gotta be
talk
happy
about
about
this
it.
all the time.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, you have to do what you have to
course
do.
you have to
What's
do
that?
it.
If you didn't sweep them, then we have.
There's a
it'd
problem,
be
of
over.
course. So you had to do it, number
Oh, I
one.
see.
Number
Yeah.
2, I know you noticed this, and obviously the offense was still a little inconsistent with the Rays, but just the at-bats, the swings, they've been better the past week than they were the previous 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You could tell the confidence is there in scoring double-digit runs in
Your
back-to-back
guy,
games.
your guy
helped them.
Boone said, "I like where we're at. I like our approach."
Hey, I mean, but I do believe
I
too
feel like I sound
that
just like him.
that
do.
hitting
are. You
is
guys are twins.
contagious, though. Once a couple
Boone's my
guys
brother.
get going, everybody else wants to like join in. I mean, it really does seem like that does happen. When
Join
other
in.
guys are hot, guys follow.
Yeah, do it every
happens all the
game.
time. And Rizzo has been great.
Oh, yeah. dude.
Glaber the last couple of games has been heating up. Bader, I mean, it's
Bader's ridiculous, dude.
unbelievable.
Ridiculous.
It's
Remember
unbelievable.
when they first made that trade? Everybody was so tight because
I wasn't
Right.
tight.
Right, because Monty,
Montgomery
I was tight. I was
everybody in
tight,
the world
and
except
he's
Tony.
injured. We're like, what are you doing? You're trading
Yeah.
for a guy with a Liz Frank injury, but he's great in the field. And then of course with the bat, he's been unbelievable. And I don't know this, but I would imagine that the Yankees, their coaches, did something different with his approach at the plate because he was not this type of hitter with St. Louis. In terms of
No.
the power,
No,
in
no.
the higher average.
I think he's just pumped to be a Yankee.
No, that's what I
it
think
is.
because the
That's the main
Bronxville
thing.
native.
Yep.
I think that's really energizing him, and it's
Playing
funny.
for the home team.
energizing.
When they got him, you were thinking, okay. I mean, you got some younger outfielders, of course, Jason Dominguez here sooner than later, that he wouldn't be getting a contract extension. But I mean, obviously, if he's going to keep up this pace, I mean, they don't have a choice.
No, you got to give it to him.
Yeah.
Who's that? Mouthguard McGee?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of
Favorite.
people are bothered by that. I could care less. Any input there, Matthew?
Michael's bothered by it.
No, I know.
I mean, he's not playing
no.
basketball
And,
here.
and Bill,
Yeah.
Bill in my office, I swear to God, yesterday he comes
Bill.
in. You would think he's happy. The Yankees been struggling. They're
He's
killing
just
the
tight
A's.
about the mouth.
No,
guard?
I swear to God, swearing everything, like so mad about the mouth
Wow.
guard. That this isn't football. What's he doing? It's an embarrassment.
I mean,
like,
I don't care.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, Bill, like if
Just
you're gonna
keep-
produce,
yeah,
I
keep
could care less. You could have a toupee on your head. Like,
Yeah.
Who cares?
He should wear a toupee.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd really get everybody
A
happy.
toupee and a mouth guard combo?
Wow. Up. Michael's getting up.
I might do that.
But yeah, that doesn't really bother me. And you could tell too, he's an energizer, he's a leader, he's great in the field. I mean, there's
Right.
really
Yep.
nothing to not like about Harrison Bader.
No, you got to love him. Everything about him. Every single thing.
Like that
Dude,
microphone, dude?
I do love the
Dude,
microphone.
it's sick, dude.
It is sick. This is the first time I've ever experienced this. What is this? The Rode?
No,
Or mic?
no. It's just a handheld mic.
Handheld mic.
Oh.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. I feel like I could perform a concert right now.
Yeah,
with
you
this
probably
thing.
could. You probably could.
Dude, we got a couple comments to get to. If you want, Brian.
Go comments.
Jay Bird, go comments. Jay Bird says, "Let's go to the world of Yankees baseball." Dude. I wonder if he was watching the game. I doubt it.
Jay, if you could let us know, and then prefer Matthew is back.
Matthew's
Don't
back.
Say that about the Yanks. Chill pill, Matthew. Wow.
Fuck is he talking about?
He said, "Take a chill pill." You stupid bitch.
Prefer.
Tony,
Do you have any chill pills I can buy from you, bud?
On my show? Oh, man.
Prefer. I would love to know what I need to chill about. If you could please elaborate on that.
Prefer thinking he's funny once again, you know. You know how he rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you know, nice to get the series win, and then also
first three game winning streak of the season.
Wait, actually,
and I mentioned this already, but I'm kind of pumped to see if Debbie can offer us something out of the pen. I kind of think he can.
I think he just should be in the pen.
Yeah,
I think
he could be solid for us. You know, like because a lot of times these guys they start up in mop up duty, but then they perform well a couple times and they transition into like a pretty like reliable role. You know, kind of like Lucas Licky.
You like his afro?
Yeah, why not? Right?
Solid.
Yeah,
good fro.
And you know, so that obviously completed the series yesterday. Tonight, you know, of course, 7:05, and we got Drew Rasmussen pitching for the Rays, 3-2, 3.11, opposed by Domingo Germán. Last time out for Rasmussen, he pitched 5 2/3 scoreless in Tampa against the Yankees, 6 strikeouts. So Yankees obviously will look to have a little more success against him. But I think it makes such a big difference. You know, we've seen even when the Yankees are playing their best baseball, it's always a struggle in Tampa. So I don't think that we can look at that line that he had there on Saturday and say, oh, well, you know, they're going to struggle against him again. They're just a different hitting team at Yankee Stadium. And, you know, that Rays Park, they just have struggled in for whatever the reason may be. Domingo Germán has looked great at times, has struggled others. But, I mean, I think we can all say, you know, of the 3 guys filling in, he's clearly outpitched Clark Schmidt and Johnny Brito. So I feel, you know, cautiously optimistic about him. You know, on the season, 2-2, 4.35, whip under 1, which is pretty solid. And he actually opposed Rasmussen in that game Saturday, 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. So, you know, really, and then the start before that almost had the complete game against Cleveland before they blew it. So when you look at that, you know, you have to feel pretty confident that he's headed in the right direction. And I you know, we'll get to it in a second, but I do think it's going to be a tight game tonight, but the Yankees have as good of a chance, as anybody to win this one tonight. So excited to see it in person for sure. Tony, the Mets returned to the winner's circle last night. If you could fill us in.
Yeah, dude, the Mets,
there you go.
There we go. They got off the schneid last night, dude. You know, as we know, they're playing the Reds in Cincinnati, Matthew. Justin Verlander making his return to the mound here. Dude, just the second start of his season so far. His career as a Met, I guess you could say, too. So obviously expecting a lot of big things out of him. And honestly, that first inning, he didn't really look that great, honestly. He was struggling with some locations. He made his fastball, like, he was hitting like 94 on his fastball, which is a few ticks below what you would expect.
96, right?
96, 97 was what you saw him hit.
Still solid from his age, dude. He's still pumping.
He's gonna be fucking like 41 or something this year, I believe, dude. Is that
he's older than Scherzer?
Yeah. Sorry, Michael, you trying to say something?
It's probably 96, not 97.
Oh, anyway, dude, we're gonna get to that a little bit in a few minutes. But Verlander only gives up 2 hits for his outing, which is great.
And didn't they come in the first inning?
They both came in the first inning.
Yeah.
And he let up an RBI there, where the Mets were down early 1-0, and you're thinking like, oh, holy shit, dude! Like Verlander, you want some length out of him, dude. He's like kind of giving up a few hits. He looks very hittable. There, he scored off the wrong foot. Scenes before with the Mets so far the past couple of weeks. Total disaster. Apparently, though, I forget like the specific injury, like what part, because I obviously said it, that was ailing him. But apparently it's like the more he pitched, the more he loosened up. It was more comfortable. So as the game went on, dude, he literally just got better and better. You saw his fastball hit 97 in the 8th inning, actually, over 100 pitches into the game. So it's absolutely ridiculous to see 97, Michael, on the
96.
gun. coming out of his hand in the 8th inning. 100 pitches in, they were saying, how much he was getting loosened up, and just it was a matter of him getting more pitches in. Because although this entire time off, he was throwing a little bit, but he really didn't simulate that much of that real snap it takes when you're throwing the ball as hard as you can. So you'll have to see that. Not to mention the Mets offense. I know they only scored 2 runs, but there was some pretty clutch hits. One in the second where Alonso homered. We mentioned Alonso kind of cool off a little bit. I think that was his 13th home run of the season.
It was.
Retaking the lead for leading the league in home runs, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And then top of the 4th, an RBI single from Nimmo. He went 3 for 5 last night, so that was absolutely great. But then, other than that, it was an absolute pitcher's duel. And it was pretty funny because Verlander, I mentioned, I think, clocking in at 41 this year. The pitcher he was opposing, Hunter Green, I think is 23.
Yeah.
So
throwing
that was
105.
throwing 105 at times. Absolutely. He very impressive pitcher, obviously. But, that was a big kind of narrative during the game is, the two opposites basically on the pitcher's mounds here. What are you watching, Mike?
I'm watching. I forgot Jimmy
Taxi.
Fallon.
It's a great movie. Yeah, Giselle Bundchen, Queen Latifah.
Dude, I remember I
So
see
crazy.
it and I'm remembering as I'm watching it.
Sorry, I got a little distracted. No. That's
How
it. We'll
old
get back
is
to the
he
Mets
then?
now. So anyway, dude.
Tony, how old is
Hey,
he?
all I want to say too,
Tony, how
is
old was he?
You interrupted yourself there. I didn't interrupt.
That's
you.
fine, but
Because
now
it's
you
the
don't have to be
Mets.
talking now. Okay, it's fine.
No,
Stop talking.
Once you open the window.
No, stop. It's ridiculous. Mute you, Michael. Anyway, so on top of that, there was a lot of clutch hits. So Vogelback actually go 2 for 4 at the DH spot. Guillorme
hating on Vogelback today.
Who?
Dave.
Oh yeah, as rightfully
Did he talk
so.
about how he's put the weight back on? Or
No,
no?
he's just saying how he needs. He's
He
like
should-
every
he
time
should
he comes
still-
up, he needs to be gone.
Yeah, he
they
literally
say.
still needs to go. I think he may have drawn a walk too, but I mean, it's
It's
again
over.
against
It's a lust.
against comparable pitchers, you're really not gonna
He's a fat fucking loser, Vogelback.
he kind of is getting a little
I
annoying.
would say
but
the only
he's
player he's
so
better than
sick.
is Aaron Hicks. That's it.
Yeah, Aaron Hicks.
Honestly.
Aaron Hicks sucks.
Sanchez
ass.
got his first RBI in AAA last night. I just saw that,
He's
dude.
making the roster. I'm telling you, he's
Yeah,
gonna be up
we'll
with the
see.
Mets.
Dude, Tomas
Gary
Nito.
Sanchez is on the Mets. Is in the Mets system.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Dude,
hilarious.
Tomas Nito on the IL.
Sanchez is
Dry
coming up.
eye syndrome.
No, Sanchez is coming up.
Oh, wait, Tony, say that again. Who?
Tony,
Tomas.
Tony, what was the corresponding move?
Nito?
You can't tell us the corresponding move.
No, they brought up some pitcher, I think, or something.
So they're just going one catcher.
I forget who. No, who's the other? No, there's the other dude who's I forget his name, dude. Doesn't matter. Dry eye syndrome. Tomas Nito, Matthew, is what you were
Guys,
waiting
yeah,
for.
because I heard that yesterday. Something with his eye. Dry eye syndrome, huh?
Sounds like hogwash, dude.
Wow.
I know.
No, that could be tough.
Anyway,
Okay.
dude. So back to the Mets here. Speaking of them and moving guys around, actually, they did start Guillorme at second base. McNeil went into left field for Mark Canha.
Like you had called
Like
for.
I had called
was
for.
listening yesterday.
Beatty obviously kept it third there. Jeff McNeil made a few great diving, sliding catches in left field too. They were talking about what an athlete he is. He has some experience in left field. So obviously it's great to see him be able to play left field. I would like to see him, be challenged in terms of his arm and see what he can do there. But I mean, again, in my opinion, Guillorme again looked good at second, went 2 for 3 last night. So I think getting him some more looks at bat is great too. But of course, you can move up like a Vientos or Mauricio too if you have that option. But I think moving forward, McNeil in left field and Canha on the bench. I mean, that's really the way to go, dude. And of course, Marte was still in right field, but the lineup looked great. I mentioned Pete Alonso with the dinger. After Verlander, by the way, second time this season, a Mets pitcher has gone to the 7th inning. Only the second time. The first time was Joey Lucchesi, as we saw.
Right.
Hasn't happened since then, though. But absolutely lovely breath of fresh air from Verlander. I mentioned like how his fastball was hitting 97 in the 7th inning, dude. And then, of course, he was still striking out batters. I think he struck out 2 out of the 3 batters he faced in the 8th, ended with 7 Ks. Had that great curveball, too, working on his changeup. You saw him, too, in the post-game conference, just talking about like how he's just really happy to be out there, understanding the bullpen has been taxed a lot, and he was just really going out there looking to give the Mets some length. And in the bullpen, you get Ottavino coming in the 8th on the back-to-back day there. Going to some of his fastball too, which is nice to see him mix that up.
What was he hitting on the gun?
It was like 95, 94, so still
Not
really
bad.
great.
And he
again,
still got good movement on the off speed.
oh yeah, dude, he was locating the off speed quite well.
Location.
Dude, it really is all about that. I mean, you just like jam a batter up like first like first pitch fastball high in the zone, and then you just give him like a slider blown away. I mean, it's such a great like 1-2 combo. He got the first batter out on looking, I believe, with a fastball. And then, forced two other ground outs to end the inning. And then Robertson in the ninth there gets 2 Ks back to back. I think it was a fly out to center to end the game. He was looking great, throwing his off speed. The knuckle curve, dude, is great.
Featuring that, not much fastball? Or?
No fastball at all, actually.
All
Didn't
knuckle
throw
curve.
one fastball. Yeah.
Wow, just locating it, hitting the corners.
Yeah.
Boy,
Love it, dude.
talk about a good offseason move.
I think painting the
people
black.
were like,
dude.
Robertson's a little older. Does he still have it? He
does,
had
dude.
elbow injury a couple years ago. He looks as good as he's ever looked.
Dude, he has an ERA sub-1.
Yeah.
0.59.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
dude.
That's son
So
of
you
a
love
bitch.
to see it. Honestly, like I understand it's like kind of sad you're this excited about beating the Reds, but just to get
It's like the
Verlander
Yankees beating the A's, dude. Same thing.
Yeah, literally, just to get Verlander in there looking good. I mean, that's the second time we see the pitcher throw that length, but to be so dominant, 2 hits, no earned runs, like first time we saw that this year as Mets. So you'll have to see that from Verlander, and it looks like he's totally dialed in. Like they were saying, the more that he pitches, the more comfortable he's gonna be. So let's fucking go, dude.
Yeah, no, nice to see you with some enthusiasm today, Tony. I know it's been tough for you recently.
Dude.
I do have a couple of comments about the game, but before we do that, but first saying Michael Perez is the catcher replacing
that's the dude.
Tomas Nido.
Yeah.
I guess he was hitting the hashish because he says Alonso hits the league-leading 13th home run. Before we just said it.
Yeah,
and then Verlander do it against Atlanta, then I'll be impressed, which is interesting.
He's not wrong. But you still gotta have
lineup.
breath of fresh air. You're so happy.
So I think you have to be pumped about Verlander's performance.
Oh yeah,
you can count on him, and then you can count on Ottavino and Robertson. I think that is probably one of the more underrated back ends of the bullpen, especially in the National League. Like we said, I mean, they've just been lights out. So I think that's something
on the back-to-back too with Ottavino was
to
great.
really be excited about, and especially like you said on the back-to-back. But one thing I would ask you, because obviously you're seeing more of the game than I am. What's going on with the offense? Why is it so hard to score of recent?
Honestly, I think it's a lot to do because you look at like they got men on base. I think they had like 11 hits last night or something.
Yeah, 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position, I think.
Yeah. Obviously they're just having trouble bringing people in. They were 1 for 7, left 10 men on or 11 men on. And I mean, honestly, a few times like. There was a couple of times where Alvarez, I think it was in the 8th too, where it was like runners at the corners and he ends up striking out. Like he was up with runners in scoring position twice, struck out both times, dude. It's just a little, I think, nervous,
growing pains.
Honestly, yeah. But the other guys like, Lindor, Nimmo was the 1 for 1, but Beatty, again, another young guy, 0 for 1 runners in scoring position. But Lindor and Alonso, who have been a little, I think, colder in terms of their bats recently. I think they're just chasing pitches. I think, right now they're understanding that, or at least they're thinking again in their heads of how many runs they've been giving up and how they haven't really been scoring. They know they have to score a lot in order to win these games. And in a game like this, 2-1, they haven't really been in a position like this. I'm sure they were a little extra, they're swinging for the fences is their problem. So they just have to kind of dial it back a little bit, understand that they do have some pitching behind them now. So they can again just hit for contact. We didn't really see that a lot. There was just a solo shot home run. No one was really looking for the bloop single to bring someone in.
Yeah. No, and I think it's one of those things where it's just nice to get back in the win column. Now you work on the next thing. Your pitching was good. You haven't got deep into games. You did that. So now let's get some offense. And I think this afternoon represents a really good opportunity for the Mets here to get the offense going. The Reds are going with an opener, Derek Law. He used to be on the Giants. He's 32 years old, 3 RA in 18 innings. But the whole thing, I feel like when you have a starting pitcher going up against an opener, you're at such an advantage because the opener, I mean, at most he's going to go 2 innings. And what the other team is relying on is 5, 6 guys all to come in, all be on, which is very hard to do. So all it takes is one guy to not have his control, one guy to not have location or velocity down, and you hammer it. And I do think that sets up very well for the Mets, as well as Kodai Senga getting the extra rest, looking to have a lengthy outing with a sense of control. And I really do believe, in all seriousness, Tony, that he is going to show that today, and the offense is going to show up. I don't know what you think, but that's just kind of my thought.
I honestly, I definitely agree. Again, Alvarez, in terms of offense, has been a breath of fresh air. Again, looking like Alonso getting his long ball going. Nimmo hitting well, too, for the first time since even before the Rockies series, probably back in Detroit, honestly. So that was nice to see, too, to lead off the lineup with a couple of hits. It's starting to look like top to bottom. Look, Guillorme went 2 for 3. He was in the 9-hole. I mean, like, to go, again, top to bottom, looks like the lineup is improving. What did you say, Michael?
Top to bottom.
Top to bottom, dude.
You don't go top
Pre
to
to
bottom.
post, baby. That's what it's all about.
Stop trying to take my
And then Kadai Senga, his last outing against Colorado, the 1-0 win, 6 innings, no earned runs, was his best start of the season. So to kind of see that out of him, again, he may have gone 6 innings, like maybe twice before that, but always giving up a couple runs. So to see him kind of settle in, I think he threw close to 100 pitches too, which is highest pitch count, I think, since he's been to the Mets. So love that. Buffer has got some, I think like some discrepancies here. As he comments, 2 runs last night made me sick. And he said Mets have no bounce back. They can't dig themselves out of holes. I don't know. I think that's a little obviously I prefer, Mets have not been doing well the past couple of weeks, so I can see why you're a little upset and everything. But I really do think last night was a huge step in the right direction. And then again, like seeing what Kadai did his last start to kind of string along 2 back-to-back good starts.
He's going reverse jinx.
Honestly. Yeah, he is going reverse jinx. He's saying,
that's why I said the thing about the Yankees.
What a he won't do well tonight.
Honestly,
I don't know.
Do you think prefers the jinx?
No, he goes reverse jinx. He's saying that the Mets aren't going to do well tonight. The Mets are babying Senga. The Yankees are going to sweep the Rays. I know what you're up to, Before. Don't try that. All right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Woo!
Prefer, you little rat bastard.
Anyway.
Right though? Am I not right, Tony? That is what he's doing.
No, prefer. I'm just kidding. Love you, dude.
I don't know if it is, honestly. He seems kind of, I thought this seems kind of generally like upset about it.
No,
which,
Tony,
I thought
Tony's always on Buffer's
Tony's
side.
pumped.
He's never
I'm not.
side.
No,
He doesn't
that's
have
not
many
true.
Mets
That's
fans
not
to
true,
lean
dude.
on. He's
Yeah.
got to take advantage.
Yeah.
I get it.
So you're Barnes.
Whatever,
You're not a Barnes
dude.
fan.
Anyway,
dude. No, I'm done.
that one 12:35, the series finale there from Great America Ballpark. What is your prediction, sir?
Give the Mets 7-0.
7-0. What's Senga's line?
Senga's gonna go 7 innings. Let's go. Keep improving. Obviously, no earned runs, 2 hits, 1
Fairfield
walk.
Finest.
I'm gonna go with 8 Ks, baby. 8 Ks for Justin Long, dude.
Wow. There you go. There you go. So because Justin Long's in there. That's funny.
Yeah.
He's from Connecticut, dude.
Fairfield
So-
specifically.
He talked to me in the Edge one time. Thanksgiving.
Yeah, he asked you about
2010,
he asked you-
2011, actually.
What did he ask
He
you?
asked,
I
he
let him
asked me
go
if I
at
could.
a
He asked
traffic
you,
light.
He asked
pull
me
your
if I
pants
could,
down?
No, if I could use, if I was done with the weights I was using. He asked me.
Which
He-
weight was it?
I don't know.
5?
Yeah,
Dumbbell?
2.5.
2.5.
2.5s.
Yeah, I
some
saw him
curls.
at the get off exit 21 ramp going south.
He was home for
Um,
Thanksgiving.
He was at the other side of me, and I saw him, and I said,
What?
You think he knew?
I
You think he
said-
knew
I
who
said,
you were? Like that's Mike
What do you
Davis
mean,
from
though?
Ludlow.
Like, you let him go?
Yeah,
He went to prep, Justin Long. Do you know that?
No, I did not know that.
he was prepared for
Now you know.
Hollywood.
Yeah,
At
they
prep?
conditioned him.
I heard they brand kids over there.
At prep?
Yeah.
Yeah, prep is fucking lame.
All right, back to the sports. please.
Anyways,
I mean,
Thank you, Michael. Thank you.
The entire
Guys, it's
public
getting
school system
ridiculous.
around here is kind of lame.
Stop it.
It really is so
Anyway,
stupid,
like I
dude.
said, Tony, I
Trash.
agree with you on that. And of course, the Yankees tonight, the series opener here.
Let's go, baby.
Like we said, Herman versus Rasmussen. I do think it's going to be a tough, grinded out game. I
Grind
think
it.
it'll be kind of a pitcher's duel early. Maybe some scoring gets going around the 4th or 5th inning. Probably a little lower scoring, but I'm going to say at the end of the day, we're going to get Herman to give us a quality start, 6 innings, 2 earned runs, call it 7 strikeouts. And I want to say offensively, we're going to put together 4 runs, and we're going to have Michael King pitch the final inning and
Can he
2/3
stop?
inning for the save and kind of really
I'm sick of
establishing
Michael King.
himself as the Yankee closer. And I think the Yankees are
Michael
going to
sucked.
take game 1 of this series. I can't wait to be there. And I'm just kind of curious, Matt, your thoughts on this game and also the thought of King. I know they've been using him in multi-inning roles, but do you think that they should kind of scrap that and just have him be the set closer?
Michael Kang.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not, dude?
Right?
Just have him
Like, don't
be the
mess around.
closer.
He's so nasty.
Yeah.
Just let him
No,
pitch
we should have Clay Holmes do it though. instead.
But the thing is,
That'll
he
work.
is Clay Holmes from the first half of last year. He's
Yeah.
pitching the same way.
Well,
it was like
I,
1, 2, 3, right down the middle, movement, everything.
yeah, Michael. Yeah, he's sick, dude. I think he was better than Holmes.
But
And
I feel like we
come-
forget because he blew up. But Holmes had a run last year, taking over
know.
for Chapman.
He
That was unbelievable. And then what do you think about going up against Rasmussen? He pitched well against us last time, and then just about Herman. I mean, do you kind of agree with me on the thoughts of a lower scoring game, maybe a pitcher's duel early?
Yeah, again, it'll be like probably the same thing as last time because Vermont with a
3-2
yeah,
was last
that was
time,
brutal,
and they
dude.
both.
Oh my
No,
god,
they
yeah,
won.
against the-
They won. That was Saturday. That was the Saturday game.
Oh, you
when
know
they
what I was
came
thinking
back in the eighth
of
inning.
when Herman pitched against Cleveland, dude, and
Yeah,
they blew it.
Yeah,
They blew it. So hopefully it doesn't happen again.
Yeah. Like not showing up
Yeah,
to
what'd you say,
traditional
Mike?
Friday.
Dude, traditional
It's
Thursday
Thursday.
too, kind of late on that one, bud. What happened?
Yeah.
Joe, I'm
Keep
good.
it
Yeah,
late,
tomorrow
huh?
because tomorrow I can't come.
Oh,
Wait, what, dude?
why?
Yeah.
I thought we were getting you
I-
back to back, dude.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to NCC. I'm doing a demo for like incoming freshmen for the exercise.
Oh yeah,
science.
because you didn't have anything planned.
What do you mean?
Sport.
That's why I'm here today. We
Oh,
flipped days.
dude. This is the.
No,
this
you
is,
were supposed to be here yesterday.
Dude, this is a pity fuck.
Well,
is
yeah,
what this
well,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a pity.
and then
well,
Friday's
yeah,
supposed to be
yeah,
the
yeah.
tradition.
So he has
He's
to
supposed
feel
to
bad.
surprise us with the
Yeah, yeah,
Wednesday.
yeah.
Bail.
No,
Thursday.
because-
Oh, yeah, that's right.
because
You blew it.
Tuesday,
You
for
blew it
some
on
reason,
Tuesday.
I thought-
You blew it.
I thought it was
You
Wednesday
blew it,
the whole
dude.
day.
Open your calendar.
Let me see.
Use Google Maps.
What were we saying?
Crickets.
No, just that we thought it was going to
But
be
yeah.
a tight, grinded out game. But yeah, I feel
Yeah.
pretty good. The way the offenses look, that's what really gives me hope. And the bullpen, we have the best ERA in the majors.
Oh man, dude.
We do. It's gonna be sick.
Prefer comments, Matt the Baylor.
Oh,
Wow, dude, that's a reputation you're starting to
I'm
have
getting-
around here, man.
just step on my throat while I'm down.
Tony, what are you going with for pick number 2?
What
here?
am I supposed to? Do?
Number 2, honestly, dude, I'm gonna go. Not to kind of. I know Prefer just commented his picks. I'm taking his picks because it was my original idea first. I'm gonna go with Texas, dude. Actually, tonight. They're playing Oakland A's. Obviously, we know about Oakland, worst team. They're throwing out the undecided. You imagine they have like an opener or something, some
That's
no
gonna
name
get
guy.
hammered.
Absolutely hammered by the Texas offense here. That I guess this is the second series they have. Texas just beat Seattle too, facing Oakland here for the second time this season. They actually took 2 out of 3 in the first series. Then you have Nathan Eovaldi actually on the mound, dude, who, as you may know, Brian, in recent time pitched a full game against the Yankees, 9 innings, no earned runs, had like 8 Ks, something like that. And then his start after pitches 8 innings against the Angels, actually. So seemingly doing well against honestly pretty solid lineups, which is pretty ridiculous. So you'd imagine through the A's, I mean, he's probably going to strike every single batter he faces out at that rate. So give me the Rangers here winning. I'm going to say 5-0.
5-0. Nice.
Yeah, suck it.
They keep letting me down, but I'm gonna go with the Padres over the Twins. Lost a nail biter yesterday.
Dude, the Central sucks, dude.
I
AL
know.
Central is so
I
bad.
know. It's like the Yankees would be in first place. Now they're in last.
Any
in the AL
team
East.
would be. Throw the Mets.
Anyway, no, the Mets would not
the
be.
Mets
But
would not
anyway,
be. But the Yankees wouldn't be either, dude.
they would. But
No, they wouldn't, dude.
yes, they would. So we
yes,
got,
they would, dude.
we got Obear coming back up from the minors. He's been pretty good down there and hasn't pitched just because they have a full rotation. But he's been solid. He's expected to be a pretty good pitcher for them. Darvish going on the side of the Padres. I'm just looking at this almost like a law of averages situation. You lose a tough game last night. You're a better team than the Twins. And I'm not saying that the Twins are that bad, but I just think the Padres with their lineup have the potential to be pretty good. We saw Soto finally hit a home run yesterday. But after losing in 11 yesterday, 4-3, they're going for the series win here. And I feel good about Darvish on the mound. He settled down after a little bit of a tough start this year. So I'm going to say kind of like the Yankee game, pitchers duel early, bats get going late. I could see Tatis and Machado homering. And at the end of the day, we're going to say 6-2 Padres over the Twins.
Love it, dude. Let's see.
Third and final.
My last pick, I know, dude. There's only 2 games left here, actually.
Yes, short slate today.
I know. White Sox at the Royals or Giants at the Diamondbacks. Dude. I guess give me the Giants. Just because of Alex Cobb, honestly. He's on the mound here, 2.01 ERA, 2-1 on the season, 38 Ks over 40 innings pitched here. Last outing, 7 innings, no earned runs, 5 Ks. Struck out 7 batters against San Diego, 8 against Miami recently. Pitched 9 innings in St. Louis, 4-0 victory. So you gotta love that. And I feel like good pitching here against an Arizona lineup, even if San Francisco's offense is kind of lacking. Maybe JD Davis comes up with a big homer or something like that, dude. So give me the Giants. I would say relatively low scoring. I would say 3-1.
Interesting. Cobb has pitched well, though.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. All right. So that means I'm left with the Royals and the White Sox, just what I had in mind. So I guess just because the White Sox always blow it, I'm going to go with the Royals. I'm going to go with Brady Singer, who unfortunately with his 8.82 RA is on my fantasy team. So, I mean, you would think he's due for a bounce back performance. And like we've talked about, the one thing you can rely on is that you can't rely on the White Sox. So
that's true.
I'm going to say 1-0 Royals, Singer, 6 scoreless. And they hit a walk-off Sal Perez home run in the bottom of the 9th inning. How about that, Tony?
That would be impressive, dude. Speaking of these picks, what's the record at here?
So we're actually, believe it or not,
even.
Yeah, because you went 1-2. I went 2-1 yesterday.
Let's go, dude.
So obviously pumped up about that. But let's go now to the world of the National Hockey League.
Here's Matthews. Scores! Patrick Joel!
My goodness, this is a great shot. Big hit on the far side by McCarr. He flattens Jordan Stahl. Oh my goodness.
Gets the top right back. Terrified and robbed by Shesterkin. That's brilliance from Igor Shesterkin.
It's a breakaway to win it in overtime. McDavid scores the winner in overtime.
All right, Tony. So no overtime needed as the Oilers even up this series at 2 games apiece.
That's correct.
4-1 over the Golden Knights. And if you look at this game, obviously, we've seen Edmonton at times struggle with the defense. So to only allow 1 goal there in the third period as well. So you shut them out for the first 2, I think is pretty impressive. I think Stuart Skinner needs to be lauded for his performance, 25 of 26. And just the fact, too, that the Oilers win this game and they don't get any goals from Draisaitl or McDavid.
Mm-hmm.
You got I guess it's Bjugstad. I mean, I know I probably said
it's Bjugstad.
You got Bouchard hit with 4th on a power play. Elkholm and Nugent Hopkins. So for them to kind of secondary guys to kind of pick up the scoring slack, I think that should really give them a confidence boost. Evander Kane too also didn't do anything in this game. So you just think about that. I think they should feel pretty good here. Going back to Vegas here for Game 5, and obviously if you could still win there on the road, then you'd have a chance to close it out at home. What do you think happened here for the Knights? I know you were pretty confident on them, heading into this one.
Oh yeah, of course. Especially after the last game you saw was really the reverse of this, but one thing I mentioned, and I keep talking about it, I was on a broken record, is power play opportunities for Edmonton. You mentioned, I think they were 2 for 6 maybe on the power play or something like that, which, isn't a phenomenal, percentage in terms of power play. But around the league, they still got 2 goals with the power play. And then you were on the penalty kill for 6 different, 2-minute increments there. I said that yesterday, dude, like, the Oilers power play is like so good. Their passing is so crisp. They have speedy skaters. They're really hard to defend against when, let alone being a man down. So Vegas, they got tired out by the third period. By the second period, you saw like Mark Stone was like dragging. Alex Pietrangelo was dragging a little bit because they keep giving the Oilers power play opportunities. Yes, they're a hard team to defend because they're so fast, but you have to like take better lines as a defenseman, just gut it out, try to play a little more physical, like cut their lines off when they're advancing and just try and hit them, like you get so many times where, Oilers are just entering the zone untouched. Like they have speed, momentum on their side. Like they were attacking the game really well yesterday. And the Golden Knights, their defense kind of sucked. Aiden Hill, I thought, did a great job in between the pipes. You know, he had 29 saves on 33 shots. Every shot was very quality from Edmonton. There was no like kind of bullshit just whipping it, you know, at Hill just to see if he gets something going. Again, it was like entering the zone, leaving the puck like a man, you know, just skating forward and, you know, taking the pass on with stride, one-timers left and right. Literally, Oilers were just getting teed up like every other second, it seemed. And Aiden did a great job. Unfortunately, you know, scoring started early and often. The first goal, I think, was a wraparound. I want to say maybe McLeod. I forget who it was. But that was kind of the one mistake I saw Hill make. He just wasn't quick enough with the puck behind the net to kind of cover the other side. You know, you got to kind of get down a little quicker, just recognize that. But other than that, I mean, this is a third string goalie. So I still think he did a great job. He blocked a lot of great opportunities. You know, you mentioned he was a big reason why Draisaitl and McDavid were off the score sheet because he was saving shots from them, which is great. But again, the Oilers were, I mean, it was just constant offensive pressure all game long. And there's actually this play that I had queued up that I wanted to show you, Brian, from your boy, Evander Kane, actually.
There we go.
And you're going to see, like, again, how this game really went. Like, I believe this is Alex Pietrangelo here, defenseman for Vegas. Lazily, again, this is third period. He's fucking tired. You can tell. Lazily taking this puck. Evander Kane's going to, like, honestly kind of embarrass him. And they're going to get a huge offensive opportunity off of it. Hill ends up making the save here, but you see Pietrangelo, again, leisurely just taking this puck all alone. Gets checked right to the boards. I think that's Darnell Nurse there with a huge opportunity. Hill. Yeah, Hill was getting tight because, again, Oilers were just in his way all game long.
It honestly reminds me of the way the Rangers played the last couple games.
Yeah,
Same
it
type
was
of deal,
gritty.
just puck in the zone, not having enough effort.
Literally, like just no like sense of urgency here. And that's how Vegas played this entire game, dude. It was kind of unfortunate. A lot of their stars didn't show up. So, again, you got to knock it to the Oilers because they played a great game. But, I mean, Vegas can certainly – we've seen them do better. The series is tied 2-2 now. So, you know, we'll see, you know, how game 5 goes.
Yeah. And we talk about goaltenders being impressive. What about 24-year-old Joseph Woll? He's only had 11 career starts coming into this game 4 against the Panthers, who were looking to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals. And he goes 24 of 25, propelling the Maple Leafs to a 2-1 victory over Florida. You know, he shuts Florida out in the first and second period. Nylander getting the Leafs on the board with a power play goal 3.5 minutes into the second, assisted by Bunting and Marner. So speaking of Marner, third period, he gets his third goal of the postseason. So that made it 2-0 Toronto. And then Reinhart on a power play made it 2-1 Toronto. And that was the final score here. So Maple Leafs stave off elimination and look to join, you know, amongst those few teams that completed the 3-0 comeback. And they'll have a chance for that game 5 in Toronto. Any thoughts here?
Yeah, you mentioned, you know, Wall it was really his game, honestly. We mentioned it yesterday, how like starting him over a veteran goaltender like Matt Murray. I mean, those are decisions that either make you like a genius or a complete fool. And, you know, the Maple Leafs organization, they looked kind of smart because he was looking like, you know, like he's been here before in the playoffs, making some really phenomenal saves with great opportunities. And, you know, I mentioned yesterday too, Toronto, the one thing they haven't really had is some of their stars, their core 4 that they mentioned kind of show up. And Nylander and Marner were both goal scorers last night. You know, a couple of their stars finally finding the back of the net. Sergei Bobrovsky had such a phenomenal series, a phenomenal game last night too. You know, he's someone who, you know, obviously is a veteran around the league, had, you know, his prime of his career, seemingly thought to be out, but I mean, he's playing this series like he's a youthful Bobrovsky again. You know, stand up poke checks a lot of players that are tight in the zone, like making great glove saves off of a talented roster for Toronto. It was unfortunate too that I don't know if you saw that first goal in the second on the power play, but the puck like was dumped in and it deflected off of the referee's knee right in front of Bobrovsky. And like someone was just sitting there and just like put it right past him.
Wow.
Like, it was such like a gut wrenching.
It's crazy.
Goal.
That's the difference in the game.
I know, literally is.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. And of course, you know, Marner. I mean, you know, his goal was just about him, you know, skating hard at the zone, being in the right place, right time. With a great assist by McCabe. So honestly, this is a, you know, toughly fought game. It would have been nice to see Florida, the dude, the Panthers fan base was absolutely rocking last night. They really wanted to win at home. I think next game is back in Toronto now.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow. But the Maple Leafs stay alive here. That was a little bit of a gut check for them, and
Open a window
for sure, especially with Wall. I mean, I think this has almost been a theme this entire playoffs. Is just backup goaltenders coming in and just looking so crispy. So you love to see that, honestly. And, maybe, Toronto can make this a series again. If their guys keep showing up, didn't see much from Matthews, didn't see much from Tavares. Both had opportunities, great opportunities. But I mean, those are the guys you expect to find a way to get past Bobrovsky. So, we'll see what happens. But it was a great game.
It could be good timing too that they're due to find the back of the net.
Yeah.
So we'll see both teams. Between the Vegas Edmonton and the Panthers and the Maple Leafs will get a shot tomorrow. So we'll have to see what happens. As far as tonight, speaking of teams, looking to close out a series, you have the Hurricanes here at home against the Devils. You look at this. I mean, obviously, Hurricanes thoroughly dominated last game in New Jersey, so really have put themselves in a good. It's funny that you're going to Daily Faces because I was just going to ask you to do that. Vanacek unconfirmed. They should just fire the coach right now if Vanacek starts this game. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah, I think it would be kind of a bad decision if he does. Again, the flip flop. I feel like. Stop. You mentioned it. It gets to the mental aspect, the mental game of goaltenders specifically. And these are two rookie goaltenders, so it's just just stick with one right now. I think you should put Schmidt in there. Not to say Vanacek, it was all his fault that they lost the game.
But it kind of was because he put them on their heels from the start, and then you have a lot of pressure.
The man gives up a lot of goals. He gives up a lot of goals, that guy. And Carolina's a team that prides themselves on good goaltending, good defense as well. So. Devils just have to play an entirely different game. I mean, again, they were just tired. Their last game, they were just absolutely tired. Carolina was strolling into the zone here. You mentioned the 5 goals in the second period, everything like that. It's just you can't be doing that.
I think it just might be a case. Vanacek is a pretty good regular season goalie, but the playoffs, it's a different animal, and he just doesn't look prepared for it. Obviously, he's young.
He's never been here. Yeah.
So he has an opportunity, but he has just not answered the call.
Yeah.
Are the wins out of your sails, Michael, for this? Are you still thinking that the Devils have this?
In 7.
Devils in 7.
Without a doubt.
Devils in 7.
If we get to 7, will Hughes have new teeth by then?
No, next season.
He's rocking it.
Yeah,
you got it, dude.
I don't get though. There's nothing that they can develop that prevents that, some super mouth guard.
That's a good question. I mean, mouth guard obviously does help. A lot of players in the hockey league don't wear a mouth guard in general. So that's probably why. I don't know if he does. I never really.
I just can't imagine just being if I lose a couple of teeth, I'll get some dentures. What?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
seems carelessness.
Yeah, I guess so. But also, it's there's not much you can do if you get hit in the your face isn't guarded.
But have a mouth guard though.
Even so, though, if you get hit in the face with a mouth guard, you can still lose.
But
teeth.
they should do visors then.
Well, they have the half visor.
No, but full visor.
They can't do full visor
with ventilation.
With ventilation,
you could do that.
It's because with a visor, you can't look all the way down.
Yeah.
So
I gotcha.
You got to do that.
It just there's a way though, Tony. In this world, there's a way for everything.
I just they just don't want to fuck with it, man. People lose teeth. All right, that's a rite of passage, dude.
I still have nightmares.
Stop messing with the game, Brian.
I still have nightmares all the time that I've lost teeth for whatever reason.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know why.
Whoa.
That and that I'm still in high school doing classes. I don't know why.
Or college, I thought.
No, high school.
Was high school a tough time?
Oh, I forgot I have this class I haven't went all semester. For whatever reason, I always think that.
That's crazy. Dude.
I don't know why. And then, a tooth is out. What am I going to do? And all this stuff. But
what would you do? You'd have to get dentures, dude.
Yeah, but
maybe some gold teeth. Couple of gold teeth.
Oh, dude, a gold tooth would look sick.
Oh yeah,
you could get the tooth with the downtime logo on.
You could probably get the Yankee logo on it.
I think it's one of those things. That's a good idea, but just not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
But I'm gonna say the Hurricanes close this out easily. I think they're gonna blitz Vanacek. I'm gonna say 6-2 Hurricanes, and they advance to the Eastern Conference Finals. What do you think, sir?
I think Devils still have some fight here. Schmidt gets a nod in between the pipes. And Jack Hughes takes this game into his hands here, honestly. Give me New Jersey. I'm going to say they win it. Gut it out 2-1.
All right. And then we saw the Stars
You're not
steal.
gonna ask Michael what he
I
thinks?
just asked him. He said in 7.
What score tonight, though?
5-1.
Really?
He just
Simple.
said it.
You said that?
He
Very
just said
simple.
it.
I wasn't paying attention.
Simplicity is key.
But we saw the Stars steal game 4 on the road. Kraken looking to return the favor tonight in Dallas. So when I look at this one, the Kraken have played so well. Last game didn't go their way, but they've been on fire before that. So I think they're going to return to form and really just try to blitz, the Stars early and often. I think McCann
No blitzing.
with shots, Tony. I think
with
McCann
shots.
can give him 2 goals, 2 assists en route to a 6-2 victory over the Stars.
Wow.
I know you're going to say the Stars are going to take the game 5, but tell me why.
I'm going to tell you why right now. We haven't really seen much from Jason Robertson this series.
Who?
Jason Robertson.
David Robertson?
No, not David Robertson.
Cousin?
Are they brothers?
No
Related?
relation.
Cousin?
No.
Distant?
I mean, I guess they could.
No,
Or
I
they
don't
could
think
be.
they spelled it.
You don't know anything.
Well, I don't know for sure,
You
but
know nothing.
anything's possible. But Jason Robertson here, 109 points in the regular season, one of the top young players in the entire league.
Apologies.
Haven't seen him, rookie season, hasn't made the playoffs ever before. Haven't seen him a lot. But first, take a chill pill over there, dude.
Sorry, dude.
I'm gonna say give me 2 goals and assists for him tonight. We saw a lot from Tyler Sagan, a lot from Joe Pavelski too, from the Stars here. Those veteran Stars. Like I said, I want to see Robertson here. There's another young guy too who he mentioned the last guy. I forget his name, but I'm sure he's gonna play well. Also, Odinger, best goaltender on paper left in the playoffs here. I'm gonna say he pitches the shutout for Dallas to win 3-0.
Wow. So
Let's go,
some
dude.
good hockey tonight.
Fuck yeah.
Let's go now to the world of the National Basketball Association.
LeBron James at the buzzer. He banks in the three, and the Lakers win the game.
All right. So last night, the Miami Heat coming in hot at the Garden, a 10-point lead after the first period. But the Knicks, with the comeback, outscoring the Heat by actually 19 after that first period. So especially a 13-point advantage there in the second period or second quarter. And you look at this game, Jalen Brunson, 38 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. I would imagine that's a career playoff high. And RJ Barrett continuing the trend of stepping up and just looking like a different player here in the postseason. 26 points, 7 rebounds. Randall looking reckless at times, but did have 24 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Knicks hit 13 3-pointers. And also we're at the free throw line 40 times, so double the output of what the Miami Heat did. On their side of things, Butler had 19 points, 9 assists. Adebayo, 18 points, 8 rebounds. And off the bench, Duncan Robinson hitting 5 3-pointers, but not enough here as the Heat drop this game 5 and look to close out this series in Miami tomorrow night. So when you look at this, Michael, I know you've been consistent all along, Giannis, all that. But any takeaways here from the Knicks, in front of the home crowd taking game 5? RJ?
That's what you got to do.
RJ, though, you're not
That's
a little
it.
route for RJ?
I mean, yeah, cool.
No, I'm saying I thought you've always been a big RJ
I am a
advocate.
huge
That's why
RJ
I'm
fan.
asking.
I'm only
yeah.
happy for RJ right now. And
What about Jalen?
Jalen, of course.
Yeah.
Great game. Played all 48 minutes.
Did he really?
Mhm. And Quentin
Mr.
Grimes.
Brunson and Grimes.
Yeah.
And Grimes had, what do you have? A little ankle?
He played through it.
Yeah, the ankle.
Good shit.
Had a little ankle.
He's got a little ankle.
Yeah, I'm hyped, but I'm waiting for next season.
But you said they didn't have a shot in this one, and I'm guessing you still think they're not going to win
No,
in Miami tomorrow.
no, hell no.
I think it's going 7. I think we're going to see game 7 at the Garden.
That's
you talk
crazy.
about conspiracies. I know the NBA would love a game 7 at the Garden, and you know that.
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
Knicks haven't been to a spot like that in a while. So something to keep
Did
an
they
eye.
lose though? Game 7.
Yeah.
Oh,
but I think they get there.
In the Garden.
But speaking of a series that has the potential to go to 7, we saw the Warriors answer back against the Lakers last night, 121 to 106. So now are down 3-2 in this series. We'll get a game 6 tomorrow night in Los Angeles. And if you look at this one for the Warriors, leading the way, Curry had 27 points, 3 of 11 from 3-point range. So been kind of spotty with that 3-point shot. It seems like he's either on or he's off. And then you had Wiggins with 25, a nice efficient 10 of 18 from the floor, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. And Draymond Green turning back the clock like it's 10 years ago, 20 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. I don't remember the last time he had a 20-point game. So, the Warriors, of course, have to feel good about keeping their hope for a repeat, having a chance at that. As far as the Lakers are concerned, you look at it, AD got banged up, left the game. Darvin Ham said he's going to be all right. He had another nice game, though, 23 points, 9 rebounds. LeBron, 25 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and then D'Angelo Russell and Reeves each with 15. Schroeder added 14 off the bench. But you look at this game, and that second period really did them in. I mean, they were only down 4 going into that. They're outscored by 7, 11-point deficit at the half. They tie them in the third quarter and then are outscored by 4 in the fourth. So there just was not a quarter where they outscored them. So you're not going to outscore your opponent. You're not going to win the game. But all of that being said, I know Michael's big on the 7th game, but I do think the Lakers will wrap it up tomorrow. I've talked about it so many times.
Shaking his head.
The Warriors are atrocious on the road. I know they beat the Kings on the road, but the Lakers aren't the Kings. So let's not get that twisted. So I think it's, nice to keep your season alive, but at the end of the day, it doesn't mean much when you can't take care of business on the road. I'm just kind of curious, Michael, what makes you think they're going to take care of business tomorrow?
They want Steph Curry to have more rings than LeBron in the end.
Conspiracy, yeah.
So conspiracy.
Yep.
All right. Just wanted to check. And then we have 2 game 6s tonight. The first one, the Sixers looking to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. It's been quite some time since they've been there. And the Celtics obviously coming off that disappointing loss last time out. Boston is actually 2.5-point road favorites. So obviously Vegas thinks this is going to go to 7. And, maybe because the Sixers, winning the last 2 games, they feel like, Boston's due for a victory here. But I've just seen the Sixers play so well. I just think they're the better team. Boston, the defense isn't the same as it was last year. I really just don't see them advancing here. And we've seen this as a common theme we talk about all the time. I mean, going back 15 years ago when they won their title, they get to this point in the playoffs and they fold, whether it's the semifinals, the conference finals, the NBA finals. They're not able to get over the hump. And, maybe it's something to do with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I don't know. But I just think the Sixers are going to close this one out. And I imagine, Michael, that you agree with me here?
100%.
Wow.
Pardon? Embiid, I just right through to the finals.
Yeah.
Right through.
Carrying him right in there. No one's stopping him. You don't want LeBron to get there. You don't want him to get there.
No, I will say that would be a pretty tough matchup. Great series, though. A lot of
I
star
don't know.
power
AD
there.
can't handle that.
Really?
No.
What?
Can't even make it.
No, Embiid is obviously the best big man in the league. I mean, I guess
just too
Jokic, but I don't
powerful.
know. Even though Jokic, I think, does a little more with the passing and stuff, I just feel like Embiid's the best.
You know why? They said Embiid would average 50 this playoffs if he didn't get triple teamed.
Yeah.
Jokic is getting single coverage.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, wow.
Any thoughts here,
Embiid's
Tony?
getting immediately double.
Sixers close it out tonight?
Yeah, definitely, dude. I mean, are they actually triple teaming Embiid?
Yeah.
Because that would mean 2 other guys are open on the floor.
Well, you wrote, dude. It's called being athletic.
Yeah, but
I know
obviously it's not
rugby.
working for them.
Obviously
though.
not rugby.
Dude, you couldn't even handle 10 minutes on the fucking pitch, bro. With your iced coffee, yeah.
A pitch. Actually, I've cranked a couple dingers in my life.
Do
this isn't baseball, dude.
Are the Suns going to be able to handle 48 minutes on the pitch against the Nuggets tonight?
48
Kevin
minutes,
Durant,
dude.
48 in 48, a bucket a minute.
In 1948.
We're going to game 7?
We're going to game 7.
But is that where dreams go to die, or for the Suns?
What are you, dead?
I mean,
I think Chris Paul's working out his deal with the devil right now.
Meaning that he's going to actually win game 7 this time?
He's going to come back game 7 and win it.
Were you a huge Chris Paul fan last year, though?
Christopher.
right?
Well, you know, a lot has come out that he's a bad teammate.
Really?
Yeah, no, and he's one of those people I heard like he's laughing on camera. As soon as the camera goes away,
He's tight.
Wait,
yeah, he
really?
doesn't like anybody. Like he's all like he
fucking
thinks he's the
fraud,
man.
dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of bullshit, honestly, if you ask me. Dude.
It is, but I do think this. I mean, the home team has won every game in this series. I do think the Suns will extend this to 7, and what a game 7 that'll be in Denver if we do get that. But like Michael said, I do think Durant will have a big game. Any thoughts here, Tony? You think the Suns make it to game 7 or continuing that home team trend or
No.
really? Denver, Jokic
overpowers.
Tight about the MVP.
Jamal Murray and the perimeter, dude. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely tight about the MVP. Let's go Nuggets, dude.
All right, so we'll see a couple good basketball games tonight. The only thing here on the way out, just wanted to do one more update on the AT&T Byron Nelson. SY No still on top here, 7 under through 12 holes. You got Norlander tied with Adam Scott.
Nice.
At 5 under, 2 shots back. Norlander through 12, Scott through 10, and then behind them you have Nate Lashley, Kevin Tway, Hideki Matsuyama, Chad Ramey, and Richie Rezernsky, all tied at 4 under par. So crowded leaderboard at top, like Tony said, with not guys that we're too familiar with. So it'll be interesting to see. And of course, we'll give you a full recap of round 1 tomorrow. But other than that, gentlemen, anything else here before we close up shop?
I don't think so, dude. Let's go Mets. Sorry, I had you guys muted. I wasn't sure if you were talking. Yeah, I think that's it, dude. Right?
Yeah, and look out for me at the stadium.
Oh, that's right. I almost forgot, dude.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So definitely pumped about that. And Michael, any words of wisdom on the way out here?
Let's go
Knicks.
Devils.
Wow. Matthew,
dude.
anything for the fans?
I took my chill pill before, so you could be happy.
Wow. We're talking about like the radio host being offensive. I think that was a perfect example. no?
Yeah.
Offended.
Oh.
But once again, like to thank everybody for tuning in and continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. All the archives on the YouTube page. Tony, Michael, Renee in costume, all the episodes of Sportsport, The Dream is Free, Screen Time, Gaming Corner,
Wow, dude.
all the
Nice
vlogs,
threesome.
including the Yankee Stadium vlog,
Vlog.
that was just released, as well as the spring collection. Maybe get one of these puppies, downtimetv.com. We want everybody to enjoy their day. Let's go Yankees, and we will see you.
Let's go Mets.
Mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.